Man, y'all need to learn how to count. I'm gonna be so honest, y'all were so far off. Well, quick question for the first time ever. Quay Students, how we feeling? Okay, that was good. That was good. That was like an 8. That was an 8. I wanna hear a 10. All right, ready? Quay Students, how we feeling? Let's go. Well, if we haven't met before, my name is Christian, and I have the privilege of getting to help lead our student ministry here at Quay Church, specifically Quay Middle School. Now, tonight you may notice that it's a little bit different. We are all together. We have high school and middle school. I'm kind of curious as to like what the difference is here. So we're gonna kind of like judge it. Okay, so when I say if you're in high school or middle school, I need you to like be very, very loud. Okay, very, very loud. So with that being said, where are my high schoolers at? Wow, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. All right, what about middle school? I'm not gonna lie. I think high school won that. I'm being so honest. All right. Like I said, tonight's a little bit different. We are all together, which is super awesome. We're super excited for tonight. But our flow is gonna be a little bit different than a normal week. Our flow is a little bit different. So, what is different? Listen up. Shh. In the middle. Listen up, listen up. So, what exactly is different about tonight? So, as you may notice, we have a desk and a couch here. We know that you expect us being myself, Justin, any one of our stewards, our crew leaders, or anyone, we know you expect us to be up here, and you expect us to talk about how great the student ministry is, and that it is life-changing, or that it can be life-changing. But we also know that we are the guys who are paid to do that. Like we're supposed to be here and say things like that. So we thought that it would be really interesting for you all to hear it, not from us, not from your crew leaders, but from previous students that range from as recently as graduating a couple months ago to graduating a few years ago. So, with that being said, we are going to get our first previous student.
Wait, I was supposed to do this, man.
What?
This was,
I'm
doing the interviews.
I have the cards.
I'm doing the interviews.
No, I have the microphone.
Look, there's cards right there.
No, that's my phone. What are you doing?
These were my cards.
These are my cards. This is my copy of Your Mess Matters by Luke Lazan. I don't know what else you think that you're doing here.
Tell me about chapter 6 when he has potty issues.
I don't want to talk about that. We have students here, Justin.
Hey!
We have students.
Should I sit here, guys?
I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, fine.
Dude,
I don't have very much.
I don't have a microphone, so we're gonna have to be a little intimate.
You need a breath mint. Does anybody have a Tic Tac? Or some gum, perhaps?
No, he'll take this and he'll like it. It's okay. All
Okay.
right, so guys, like Christian said, we've got some former students here that we're very excited to talk to tonight. And listen,
Justin's so close to my face right now.
we're just really close here.
Yeah.
I love you. So, without further ado, to not waste any of your time so we can get to things like eating tacos later, I want to welcome our first alumni. This guy graduated a few years ago, and he was one of the most involved people. I mean, y'all, this might be some of you in the room. He showed up to everything, almost to the point where we were like, dude, please don't come to church so much. But y'all give it up for James Greco. James. Yeah!
Oh, I'm being put, no.
He was my student. You never taught him.
What is happening right now?
They can hear me. They can hear you.
Why is this microphone so good? Oh my gosh.
Hey, James.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh.
James fan
Who's
club.
that?
You got a fan club, dude. All right, James, just so everyone knows how unk you are, what year did you graduate high school? When did you graduate?
2024.
2024, all right. All right. Hey, my sixth graders in the room. Does anyone know, when do you graduate high school? Sixth grade. 2033?
That's insane.
That's
oh my
not
gosh.
a real year. That's not a real year.
I'm going to be
That's
33.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I hate to break it to them, but Jesus is coming back before then.
I hope so.
Okay. So, James, I mentioned this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I mentioned this as we were introducing James. But dude, like when you were here, you were like all in with everything. You were here, you were involved with stuff. You served places, you showed up to everything. Like being here at the church as a student especially was a very big part of your life. Now that you've had a couple of years, like out of the student ministry, you're officially, you're an adult in the world. Looking back, like what did being that involved actually do for you?
That's a great question, Justin. By the way, you guys are really cute.
Thanks.
I just want to say
Thanks.
that.
We try.
Really cute.
Everybody say, three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I suddenly don't like this idea.
But no, I can't even begin to summarize what being here and being involved meant for me, but more importantly, what it did for the people that I cared about the most. That's my boy right there. When do you graduate? Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, but like that is actually a great example. Just the people that I care about, being able to bring them here. I have some younger sisters, so I had some friends too that were around her age group, and just being able to bring everyone to Wake, Quay Students, Quay Students was incredible, but also just seeing the life change that was happening, what God was doing, and things that you wouldn't even expect to happen, like things that you thought weren't possible, but you just gave to God, and you just did the simple thing to invite your friend, which led to multiple baptisms throughout my entire friend group, which, like I said, is something that I never even saw happening. So just the amount of like blessing that happened was unbelievable. It was crazy.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, love that. So was there, like you were here a lot, right? So was there something about being here consistently and not just showing up like every now and then, but actually knowing people, being known, and serving? Was there something about that shaped your faith differently?
That's a great question, Christian.
Thank you.
By the way, you guys are really cute.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I take everything back. I don't like this. Why did we invite
You gotta say it into the mic.
Why did we invite James? I don't
Okay.
know.
No,
It's my fault.
honestly, being here made me develop a family that I didn't even expect to find in a church. The smartest thing I said was yes to a friend that invited me to like laser tag one day. I'm like, laser tag? And it was like at church. And just from then on out, just going every week to Wednesdays, and then like I said, inviting friends, just meeting people, stepping out of my comfort zone. You know how people say like, the closest friends you make will be the ones in like school or college, like high school, but I genuinely believe that the closest, most intimate friends that you will make are in a setting like this where you guys are crying for one another, praying for each other intimately, but also just having so much fun, and then constantly just being there when one falls through every high and low. Like that's genuinely just an incredible family that I can always go to.
He's so wise. I knew it was a good idea to bring him. All right, dude, last one, and this is really a chance for you to talk directly to everybody that's in the room. For the student that is sitting here who is like, you know what, wait, Quay Students, like I've been here, like I like this enough, but they kind of feel like they're on the outside looking in sometimes. Like they know some people, but they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, like this is where I go, I'm really bought in, I'm showing up for all the things. What would you tell them? That's just kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe I'll show up if I'm free.
The smartest decision I've ever made in my life was to step out of my comfort zone and just leave the bubble that you're in, because a lot of people come with friends. Just leave the clique, leave the bubble, talk to people. I don't want to sound too like crazy, but like just drop any pride you might have and just talk to the person next to you. Everyone here is going to be extremely different from each other, but also extremely similar. You're all in school, you're all going through the same phase of life. Just be willing to communicate with one another and just talk to each other, have fun, just get out there. It's led to things that I would have I can't even begin to explain. Like some of the best years of my life happened here and next to strangers who, like I said, became something that I will never forget.
Thanks, James. Yeah, y'all give it up for James.
Yeah. All right, James.
Do you wanna introduce our next alumni, because you actually know this one?
I do know this one. So this one, many of you may recognize her. Okay, well, all right.
It's a power move.
Oh, yeah. Many of you may recognize her because she graduated just a few months ago. And she's also been at middle school very often as a part of our high school shadows. And so a lot of you guys will see her, you'll know her. Everybody give it up for Juliet, please. You guys couldn't see it. You couldn't see it, but there was like a little bit of a pause from when I said Juliet, from when she actually walked out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is she not coming out here? All right. Hey, Juliet, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Cool. I don't know how you're gonna speak into my microphone from up there.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's like this.
I don't like this at all. I hate that a lot. Okay, Juliet, first question for you. And this is probably weird because just a few months ago, you were actively sitting in this room or in the room across the hall. But now that you've graduated, is there anything different about Quay Students? Does anything feel different looking back at this point?
I mean, yeah, it actually feels a lot different, even though like you said, it was a couple months ago. It's just crazy. It's kind of like a full circle, and now that I'm a leader, and I have like still a bunch of friends at like Quay Students, hi, and it's like, I feel really old, you know?
Old?
I feel really old. Yeah.
Her friends laughed at that joke, by the way.
They keep calling me Unk, so.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but it definitely feels
It only
really
gets worse.
Yeah. Yay.
OG, baby, OG. All right, now, Julia, what's something, you're gonna get used to this until I decide to move again. What's something you didn't realize you were going to miss about being a student here until now, now that you're no longer a student?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is probably the people, like getting to worship and like the small groups and just having my leaders pour into me as well, because there are a lot of leaders in my life that really helped me, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them. So just having like people pour into me as a student, and I just really didn't realize how much I'd miss simply being a student, and yeah.
Yeah, I love that, actually. So thinking about you being a student, if you were to think about the people that you graduated with, the people at your school that never...
uncomfortable.
Sorry. People at your school that never came here, or maybe that you thought about inviting, but you never actually did invite. Now that high school is over, is there anything that you wish that you would have been more intentional about, or maybe have tried to be a little bit more successful in bringing people here?
No, yeah, I definitely look back and I really wish I'd been more intentional about being bolder about my faith and inviting people, because there's a lot of like friends or just people in my class that I really wanted to invite, but I was really scared or too like shy to, and I was scared of what they think or if they're gonna judge me. But now that I look back at it, I really wish I'd been more intentional about it, because I mean, like, yeah, like I wish I'd reached out and took that step to invite them.
Yeah.
All right, last question for you. If you could, stop.
It was really close.
I was here first.
I was here first. I hired you.
You're old, we get it.
My hair will go gray first, yes, but I will still have hair on my head, okay? So, if you could.
I knew it was going there! Don't whistle for that.
Yeah! Yeah! Let him have it!
This is insane. Expect my resignation on
I
your
am
desk tomorrow.
so excited to know that the loudest applause I'll get from this platform all year was in that moment. If you could have one more full year as a student here, if you could get one more year, what would you do differently?
I
from
think
this last year?
the biggest thing is, like I said, like being more intentional about bringing people to like Quay or just sharing the gospel, because there's a lot of opportunities that like I missed out on. And so that, and also appreciating the friendships, because it goes really quick. Like I didn't realize how quickly everything would go by. So definitely appreciating like the season that I'm in and the friendships.
Yeah.
Man, y'all give it up for Juliet coming out here. Thank you. And now, one of the things that Juliet talked about was the importance of her crew leaders. And so, we just like to take a quick moment to hear, a quick commercial break to hear about that a little more.
Without sound, apparently.
How's the Full House sound?
Everywhere you look. Very George Washington-esque.
Where you look. Yay! All right.
Oh, but wait, there's
Who
more.
wasn't there?
This is everyone who did not show up to the leader meeting.
Yeah, so if you saw one of your leaders there, just don't worry about them being punctual or on time or present.
Yeah. Anyways.
Hey, so listen, moving on. Our next former student graduated in the year 1987. She was here when they built the church. She is the old head of old heads, the unk of the unks, probably gonna have white hair soon. Hey, be quiet over there, Langley. I have lied about everything I have just said. Y'all give it up for Michaela Welch. The walker.
Yeah,
That
the
was good.
cane.
That was-
Clever. Good.
Do you like that, like WWE, but you're just old?
Yeah, I'm just old. 22 is old now, guys.
Yeah. What year did you graduate high school?
2022. It was not that long ago, just 4 years.
4 years. Our sixth graders, our now
I know,
students
I know.
were in like second grade.
I know. It's
Just remember
sad.
that.
It's okay.
Okay, now, this is a very important question, just because it's important for everybody to know the impact of people in your life. Just in your time in the student ministry, what was something that Christian did that just really stood out to you, that impacted you? You know, something he said to you, preached to you, you know?
Wait, who's Christian?
This is Christian.
Oh.
He didn't say
hey.
anything that, he never talked to you?
Nothing like memorable, I guess.
Dang, that's crazy. Blood,
For
sweat,
those
and
not
tears.
in on the joke, Christian got hired well after she graduated, so they've never met before. All right, so
Met.
We've met. He's my
you go to
neighbor.
church. Oh, he's your neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just learned that. Right? That's weird. Okay, so,
Anyways.
all right, you have had more time away from the student ministry than anybody else that we're talking to tonight. You are married now, which, by the way, amazing ceremony, officiated very well, I must say.
Yeah.
Justin did the wedding.
But like, you're an adult. There's no more like you're an adult. When you look back, what from your time here actually has stayed with you into your now 22nd year of life?
I think the most important thing to remember now that you're not having a bunch of jobs and working 60 hours a week like I do every single week, is prioritizing your time with God and not just reading your Bible, but digging deeper, doing like different devotionals. That really helped me. If you don't have the youth version Bible app, get that. 10 out of 10 recommend. Doing devotions on there is very helpful because it leads you in a way that's not just opening your Bible and reading a chapter every day, but you get to learn about specific topics. So definitely digging deeper into the Bible about that and about specific things that you're going through.
Love that. So kind of, it's a similar question, but Are there things that you learned about Jesus or following God or relationships or anything while you were in high school, or middle school, while you were a teenager? Justin's sliding the chair around.
You've retaken ground, and I'm trying to.
I'm existing.
Establish myself.
I exist. That's it. Are there things that happened then that you did not realize were preparing you for adulthood now?
I think something that is important to remember, even like as adults, as you go into adult life, is everybody falls short. Nobody in this room is perfect. None of us up here are perfect. So don't put your faith in other people. Put your faith in God, because unfortunately, people are going to disappoint us. We're all humans. We all fail. We all sin. So putting your faith in God and not letting your faith be in others to God, but your faith be your own and not other people, in your parents, in your relationships, and in your friendships. So having your own faith, I think, is really important.
Yeah, that's really good. And something Juliet spoke to a little bit that I think you could speak to, like middle school, high school, like those years go by really fast. So now that you have like years of perspective on all of that, what would you say to them to not waste in these years?
What others think of you. I think it's really hard when you're in middle school and high school to think that everybody is thinking about you all the time. And it kind of hinders your relationship with God, because you're so busy thinking about, oh, what is this person going to think if I post this thing about me reading the Bible? So focus on what God thinks of you more than what others think of you, and don't hide your relationship with God to people that you know because you're scared of what they're going to think of you. Because at the end of the day, if they're meant to be in your life through God, God will put them in your life.
Yeah, I love that. Do you think that as a student, as a teenager, that you appreciated adults and leaders that were intentionally spending time with you and investing in you as much as you do now?
100%. I think I started going to this church when I was in 3rd grade, so I've seen a lot of change and a lot of growth. I think even as adults, there's still certain people that I talk to that mentored me when I was little, like Katie, your wife. We still check in with each other all the time. But here is the place to connect with your leaders and feel safe. If you are going through something, I think your leader here is where you should open up to them, because that's what they're here for, and they're here to listen to you. So yeah.
That's great. Y'all give it up for Michaela coming out here. All those years of wisdom just pouring out from your wrinkly white head. I don't know where I was going with that. I was just trying to call her old again. All right, guys, last but certainly not least, our final alumni is, he's our Spider-Man.
He's our influencer.
Yeah, he's our Iron Man.
He's our, he had a Green Goblin.
He's the reason why I've had cool helmets at Passion Camp the last couple of years.
Same.
Listen, we brought him here mainly, listen, he's not the best, but he has a blue check mark, okay? I'm lying, he's great.
How many followers does he have at this point?
I don't want to hype him up too much. Y'all give it up for Robbie Does Things. Robbie Burns.
Hey, Michaela, if you guys could just scoot down, if you guys could just like scoot down. Yeah, thanks.
Make room for Robbie.
Robbie's the most important.
James,
Robbie's the most, come on guys.
He has more followers on TikTok than you, so
that's
scoot down.
Crazy.
Hello.
Hey, Robbie.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Why are you guys sitting together?
He kicked me out of my chair and I wouldn't let him.
But he's your boss.
Yeah.
So why don't
Anyways,
you listen to him?
Hey, thanks for being here, Robbie. Really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
No. I want to hear from Robbie.
Okay. What do you want to know?
So, Robbie, how has it been evangelizing to all the other people that made Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? Like you told all of them about Jesus when you went out to the premiere, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he did. Guys, boo Robbie, boo.
No.
Boom! We get it. You're in it for the clout.
My bad.
Whatever, man.
My bad.
No, dude, for real, listen, Robbie, like, obviously from even a year ago, but especially a couple of years ago when you were a student to now, life looks a little different for you.
So different.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You've built this platform, you're successful with that, and there's a lot of people in this room who probably are like, wait a minute, I've seen that dude on my feed. I didn't realize he like went to church here. But a couple years ago, you were one of the students sitting out, usually
Yes.
over there.
Yep.
But you were one of the students sitting
Yep.
out here. When you look at who you've become over the last couple of years, but even looking back, back into high school, how much of what was being built in you back then do you recognize now?
Honestly, everything. When I was your guys' age, I mean, there's a lot of things that have changed in my life recently in the past few years. Honestly, every year things have changed. But I remember like sitting in those chairs, and at the time I went to like a small co-op Christian private school, and so I went to school 2 days a week, homeschooled 3 days a week. And at the time I liked it, but I was a little bit upset because I was afraid I was missing out the high school experience, going out to the games with your friends and all that type of stuff. And what I didn't know at the time was every step of my life, and that, for example, has taught me skills to be where I'm at today. So that taught me time management. It taught me how to organize my time so I can work on my own, how I can stay according to schedule. And then when my dad passed away, I basically had to grow up really fast and learn a lot of things, and how to talk to people, how to impress people, and all of that started because of the person that I was in those seats. And so whatever circumstance you're in right now that you might not like is more than likely preparing you for where you're at in 5 years, 2 years, and a month from now. And even right now, the place that I'm at, I know is preparing me for something, but I don't know what yet.
I love that. Smart. Yeah, Robbie's so smart. So you weren't somebody who just attended here. You were, you were a leader amongst your friends. Is there anything that you learned here about leadership or influence or using, kind of like what you said, using what God has given you that you kind of use now, that you still carry with you today?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of piggybacking off what Michaela said is your faith has to be your own. If you put your faith in Justin's faith or Christian's faith or my faith or any of their faiths, it's going to fail you. People are going to disappoint you. And also, especially with influencing and stuff like that, there's so many Christian influencers who sometimes just turn away from the faith, and you're like, why in the world? They must have something that I'm not. They must know something that I don't. And it's your responsibility to grow your faith. It is your responsibility to come here on Wednesdays to learn, but it's also your responsibility to walk with God. And Jesus wants a relationship with you. He doesn't want a relationship with you through Justin. Does that make sense? So it's up to you guys to wake up every day and to know how loved you are by God, number one, and that His grace to set you free no matter what you did the night before, no matter what you do that day, and how adored you are, and that you're His. And so that is the biggest thing that I learned is, people are going to disappoint you. There are times where my faith struggles all the time. I still struggle with having my own faith because I look at other people that I used to look up to, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why'd you do that? But if you see it through the lens of we're all just trying. We're trying our best, but God loves all of us equally, and having your own faith is the biggest thing that I can say.
That's pretty good. You want a job, bro? We're gonna have a new opening for middle school.
I'm a little busy. Maybe soon.
Okay, yeah. All right, dude. Like, not to hype it up, but like, just facts. You've built a platform now where you've got like hundreds of thousands of people like looking at you that you have the ability to like speak into, to influence. But when you were their age, your platform, your influence was essentially just like your friends, people you went to school with, people who knew you, people you went to church with, the people that sat around you. So like, what would you tell students about the influence that they already have right now?
Yeah, that's a big thing. I think when I was a kid and your age, I'm still a kid. I would always say, like, when I turn 18, I might take my faith a little more seriously, or I might, once I get there, my faith is going to be stronger, right? And it starts right where you are and in your seat right now. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was 16, I did pressure washing for a job. Before I worked anywhere, before I did any social media or anything like that, I did pressure washing. My first job was a family friend who was a very successful guy. He's an incredible man. I love him so much. But at the time, I didn't know who he was to what degree. He's very high up at a company. And my dad always taught me to take initiative and do the best that I can and do everything as if you were doing it for the Lord. So I show up at the job and I work my butt off, honestly. Like it was a tough job. And I actually went back there because I missed some spots that there was like rain or something that had messed up. And he looked at me, and this was when I was 16, and he said, look, I want you to know if you ever need a job, let me know. And at the time I was like, whatever, cool. Well, 2 years later, I did pressure washing for a while. 2 years later, my dad got diagnosed with cancer, and he kind of got a lot of his friends together as kind of like a last meeting, like, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen to me, but let's talk. And that man who I pressure washed for was there. And he looked at me and he said, I mean it, if you want a job, let me know. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll talk. And so it was through that I worked at Orlando Health for almost 3 years, and I just left there recently. But I learned all of the skills that I need to where I am today. So that's working with the team, how to collaborate, how to sell myself, how to be confident, how to talk with people, how to get through difficult conversations. But it didn't start when I started the job. It didn't start when I got a bunch of followers. It all started that one day that I decided to wake up and do what I was supposed to and do it as if I was doing it to the Lord. And because I woke up and pressure washed as hard as I could that morning, I'm where I am today now, which is crazy. So everyone in your seat, wake up every day and do the best that you can and do it for the Lord. And I promise you, it's gonna be okay.
Sheesh. How do you follow that? Okay. Last question.
It's pretty good.
So you've accomplished things that teenage you probably could not even fathom. If 14-year-old you was sitting right in front of you right now, what would you tell that kid specifically?
I'm gonna say it again, have your own faith. I mean, the biggest thing is don't look at me and think that I'm some awesome guy who knows a bunch of stuff. It's because I've been through a lot, and I've been disappointed a lot, and I've been happy a lot, and I'm just trying to figure it out as much as all of you are. And I think that's the biggest thing for you guys to understand is this Christian walk is not easy at all. And you guys are especially at an age where once you used to read in kids stories about, Peter denying Jesus and David making mistakes that you're like, oh, I'd never do that. And then all of a sudden the world is starting to hit you at the age you are, whether it's lust, whether it's gossip, whether it's pornography, whether that's alcohol, whatever it is, you're at an age where the world is starting to hit and you guys start understanding that. And if you don't have your own faith, the world is gonna throw you through a whirlwind because your faith cannot just be on Wednesday nights. Your faith cannot be in Quay Students. Your faith cannot be in Justin, Christian, me, any of us, any of your friends. It has to be you and Jesus, and that is the way it's meant to be.
Hey, y'all give it up for all 4 of our alumni. Thank you guys so much. I had a microphone the whole time. I just wanted to annoy Christian.
Won't he do it?
Guys, we did this. This is obviously different than what we typically do. And Christian talked about this before we got started. It's obvious, we want you to be here. Your leaders are gonna encourage you to be here. You've got friends that are here every week that maybe, encourage you to be here more often than you are. I would love nothing more than for this room, the other auditorium, this place be packed full of y'all, your friends, every single week. But it's not because we wanna be we have the biggest student ministry, look at how many people our church has. We pray, your leaders pray, because we want to see your schools come to know Jesus, your friends that are in your class, that you walk past in the hallways, the people on your team, in that club, the people that you have in your life that that person that in your life, you're not in a million years would they ever show up to church and take it serious. Guess what? We want them here. Because there are people in this room, maybe even people sitting next to you, that at one point were that person, that they were never in a million years are they gonna show up to church. And guess what? They're here not because their friends are here, not because it's kickoff and they heard about free stuff, but because they love Jesus and they love being in this place. And we want that for you. We want you to find those friends. We want you to find that community. And so to summarize everything they just said, we're praying and hoping and expecting you guys for an incredible year, but that only happens off of what you put in. If you're here every week, we hope to see you next week, because guess what? There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff going on, but it's not gonna be free food and shirts and all the things every single week. At some point, it's gonna just come down to do you wanna show up for Jesus or for stuff? And if it's for stuff, happy you're here, we hope to see you again, but at some point, it's gonna be your own faith. And so that's what we're praying for going into this year. We love you guys. We are so excited to be back together. I'm excited to worship with y'all in just a second. But just know that our hope and our prayer and our challenge to you guys, be here, and what they also talked about, be bold in talking to other people. Bring that friend, invite that person, talk to that neighbor, that classmate, that person on the team. Just, hey, you free on Wednesday nights? And if they're not, ask them the next week. Not because we want this place to be big so we can talk about how many people are here, but we want this place to be full because people are coming to know Jesus. People aren't alone in their life. And so I'm gonna pray for that, for our year together. I'm gonna pray for your year specifically. not just as a student here, but as a student, as a person, like you're in another year of school, another year of things are going to happen. Hopefully good, some tough. But I want you to know that we're starting off this year, and we've already been doing it, but we're starting off this year praying for you, praying for each other. And I want you, as I pray over you, I want you to think of that friend that's not here. Try to think of that one person in your life that's like, man, maybe I could talk to them. And pray that either you or someone else, that you would have the boldness in the next week to talk to them and say, hey, are you free Wednesday night? Do you want to come to church with me? So Father, we thank you. We thank you for this time together, Lord. I thank you for just whatever reason each and every young man and young woman is in this room. Whether they are here every week, regardless, they've been coming for years, or maybe this is their first time ever here. Maybe this is their first time ever coming to a church. I don't know what it is, and you do. But Lord, I pray first over their year in school. Lord, I pray that you would bless them, keep them safe. Lord, help them to be wise in their actions and their studies and their work. Like Robbie said, that they would do things to you, that they would do things excellently, not to get praise for themselves, but for people to see like, man, that person is a Christian, they follow Jesus, and they just do things well. Lord, I pray over also specifically this ministry, Lord, as we get together every Wednesday night, from the youngest sixth grader to the oldest senior, Lord, in our middle school gatherings, in our high school gatherings next week and on, Lord, we pray that you would show up in this place. Lord, would you prepare all of our hearts to meet with you? For that person who's still not sure about what it looks like to be here, to find friends, if they're gonna have that community, if they're gonna have a story like they heard tonight, Lord, I pray that you would just encourage them right now. Give them comfort and peace to understand that you're gonna meet them. That there are people here who are ready to get to know them, to love them, to care for them. That there's community for them here. There's a place for them here, that they belong here. And Lord, I pray that you would give all of us, myself included, a boldness, a confidence to be able to talk to that friend, talk to that person about maybe coming to church with me next week. Lord, would you give us that? And Lord, I pray over the next few minutes in our worship, Lord, would you give us an energy and a joy to just praise you at the top of our lungs with everything we've got. Lord, would you allow us to have fun together tonight? Would you allow us to celebrate a new year and all the things that you are going to do at this church and in this ministry through Quay Students, not through a person, not through any specific people, but only through you, Jesus. It is in your name I pray. Amen. All right, y'all, stand to your feet.